Marcus Media's football game of the week. We apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for the technical difficulties we've had with our audio, but we got things going. And I should say, we've seen a lot of offense tonight so far. We saw a Bill Stallings touchdown early going, and now Milton is putting together a nice drive for themselves as well.
Which hats up.
That'll make it 2nd down and 8 from the 38-yard line. The handoff to Patzold, who played last season as a wide receiver, all-conference, wide receiver, defensive back last year for the Redmen. Elkhorn able to jump on top, capitalizing off a Milton fumble. And now the powerful offense of Milton with the football. From the 38-yard line with 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter, 3rd down and 8. Here's the pass. It's complete across the middle. That was Robert Johnston, the basketball player, 6'5", got a lot of height, and picks up a big first down for the Redmen. Patzold moving over now from that wide receiver position this year and has had a very productive season from that tailback position. Here we have a muffed play and a fumble, and Milton is able to recover. Quarterbacking for the Redmen tonight is Andy Pickett, who saw a little bit of action last year towards the end of the season. So he has had his experience. The Milton Redmen coming into the ball game 2-1 overall. 2-0 in the Southern Lakes West Conference, and Elkhorn 1-2, 1-1 in conference play. The ball now at the 26-yard line, 2nd down and 14. Patzold now in motion. Here's Pickett. The handoff is inside to the big bruising fullback. That's Chet Isaacson, and he also is a force to reckon with. We had an opportunity to watch him over the last few years, actually. He's been their number one running back there for the last 3 years.
Isaacson coming back off that broken leg last year, having a real productive junior year, and then ended in tragedy with a broken leg.
Here's Pickett back to off that play action now. Johnston, the intended receiver, and he overthrows him.
Sets up a 4th down for the Redmen. Looking for that big target again.
5 minutes, 24 seconds to go now in the first quarter. 4th down and 13, so the Redmen have a lot of real estate in front of them. 25-yard line of Elkhorn. Receiver split wide to the right is Justin Eamon. Out of the pro eye, here's Pickett off the play action, throws the Patzold. They do that a lot. And the reasoning behind moving Patzold to that running back position is he was so effective out of that wide receiver position last year that they simply want to get the ball into his hands. And coming out of that tailback position, you're able to do that. More of a threat.
Brought down there by Charlie Vandergriff. Heck of a play there. Charlie Grant Vandergriff, a senior. 5'11", 165 pounds for the Elks. Stopped anything from happening there on that screen to Patzold.
So 1st down and 10. Quarterbacking tonight for Elkhorn is Mike Frost, a senior. And nothing going on that play.
Frost on the handoff there to Conrad Christensen.
Elkhorn, the defending Southern Lakes West Conference champions, losing 10 of their 11 starters offensively last year to graduation.
Only returning 1, and that's the halfback that we saw score that touchdown.
So a lot of retooling for Elkhorn, and Dean Wilson has his work cut out for him. and they are off to a mighty fine start as the pitch goes over to Stallings. Look out, this guy is dangerous. Nice cutback. And I'll tell you what, that cutback was on Patzold. Not easy to do.
Bill Stallings is their workhorse for the Elks. That's their one starter returning from last year, and last year averaged over 5 yards a carry. Nice run there by Stallings, and as we mentioned when we had a little difficulty, Stallings scored the opening touchdown here to give Elkhorn the early lead.
Nice 4-yard plunge, capitalizing off a Milton fumble. And those turnovers might be the deciding factor in a matchup like tonight. I mean, both of these football teams certainly can light up a scoreboard. Here's the quarterback keeper.
Yeah.
Frost with the carry.
And we might see a game that's a high score tonight. Elkhorn's offense got off to a slow start, but showed some life against Whitewater last week, and Jerry Schlemm's teams are always known to put points on the board.
So from the 48-yard line, 2nd down and 7, Elkhorn on the move again. Here's Frost, the handoff to Stallings. Out of that pro eye, Stallings has a pretty good blocking running back in Conrad Christensen, also a good ball carrier as well, and that is crucial when you're running out of this I formation because he's your lead blocker. Christensen also a linebacker defensively.
Nothing going there, though. Stallings met the interior of the Milton defense in a 4-4 set. Looks like they're down a lot of men on the line of scrimmage this time for Milton defense.
3rd down and 3. Little movement on the line there, and they're going to call it. Somebody down here, I believe it for Elkhorn, I believe it was Joe Luptow, who moved a little bit ahead of the snap, and that'll cost them 5 yards. And now Elkhorn finds themselves in the 3rd down and 8 at the 50-yard line.
Milton looked to be going out of a 5-3 there with 5 down linemen. Milton runs with 3 defensive backs, a safety, and 2 cornerbacks, and usually out of a 4-4. Timeout on the field by Elkhorn.
When it's time to buy or sell your home, look to Milton's hometown realty team, Roush Realty on Highway 26 North. They know the local market, and that's half the battle because good timing is better than just good luck when it comes to buying or selling a home. With interest rates still at a reasonable level, now is a great time to contact one of the professional sales associates on the Roush team. Roush Realty, encouraging you to support the Milton Redmen. Contact Roush Realty at 868-6690, member of MLS and the Janesville Board of Realtors. A lot of support here in the town of Milton for the Redmen.
Oh,
we're looking at a packed, newly renovated football field here, and they've done a beautiful job at this stadium.
That's right. The FFA alumni spearheaded a project to redo the field and build this new stand, a new concession stand over there, a new track. It's quite a showpiece for the town of Milton and Milton athletics.
This is one of the finest facilities I've done a game from on the high school level. I know Oregon's real nice, but I'll tell you what, how to beat. The Frost pass is overthrown. The intended receiver, I believe, was Anderson, and he unable to come down with it. Had to really go upstairs for that one.
Just overshot him. We're going to see our first punt of the day, and the punter is supposed to be, of all people, Bill Stallings.
Bill Stallings. Patzold as the punter on the Redmond side of the football. You know, both of those guys, they pose threats when you have them back there punting the football. Gives you an opportunity to fake something.
Joey Carwarden back for the Redmen.
Carwarden looks like he is going to return this one. Off the bounce, up to the 15, down the sidelines. Nice return by Carwarden.
Couple nice blocks there early on to free up Carwarden.
Just past the 25, down at the, I'd say the 24-yard line. And the score is Elkhorn leading 7-0 with 2 minutes, 23 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Redmond's second possession of the night. See if we can get something going.
Andy Pickett at the helm. And here he is rolling to the left. He's going to throw. He's got the big tight end. And I'll tell you what, that's Chet Isaacson out of the backfield.
Well, he's big too.
You know, that is such a nice tool when you got a couple running backs like Isaacson, like Patzold, who can catch a football as well and come out of that backfield.
Isaacson, 6'1", 215. Good size for a college back, let alone a high school back. Coming out of that backfield poses an extra threat.
You can run those cornerbacks off. We saw, Justin Eamon split wide to the left, and he ran those cornerbacks out. You run those running backs on those swing routes. They'll be open all day long. The thing about that is, you throw them a 4 or 5 yard pass, they can run for another 5 or 6. And that is a nice tool to work with.
We have procedure on the Redmen.
Illegal procedure, and that'll mark off 5 to make it second down and about 8 or 7. Ball at the 31-yard line. And Pickett.
Fumble. Pickett covered it up, though.
It looked like one of his own guys knocked the football out of his hands, and fortunate enough for Pickett to be able to fall on it.
Yeah, I don't know. That looked like a pass, but it might have been a messed up draw even.
He really held that football out funny. He didn't have it tucked away or wasn't protecting it the way you normally would, so it makes you look like, it almost looked like he was looking for somebody to give it to, and turned around, nobody was there.
3rd and 11.
3rd and long. Here's Pickett now. Back into the pocket. He's going to throw. He's got a man down there, but overthrew him.
Overshot him. That's intended for Joe Carwarden.
Joe Carwarden, the intended receiver. And Milton's going to be punting the football back to receive. For Elkhorn, the Elks will be Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson and Bill Stallings. Probably, and they're going to fake this. I'll tell you, Patzel. Oh, no. Patzel had a wide open
That's
receiver.
number 26, Bill Becker.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they had them fooled. Patzel laid it in there perfectly, but Becker just unable to get a handle on it.
That's too bad.
He's got a lot of real estate in front of him if he can catch that football. That is too bad.
Nice pass, though. Jeez. Patzel laid it right in there. Looked like a quarterback instead of a running back.
Nice form, tight spiral. 1st down and 10 from the 25. Here's Frost on that option. He fumbles the football.
Stallings picks it up.
That's a nice heads-up play by Stallings. Frost fumbles the football off that option. Stallings has enough presence of mind to pick the thing up. Not only just fall on it, but pick it up and run with it.
And if it wasn't for Marshall Disserud, Stallings might have got in the end zone on that.
That's the nightmare about running that option football, is that ball finds turf all the time. You stick that thing in the air, it's got a lot of opportunity to find the ground. Go back to that pro out. Here's Frost, the handoff inside to Stallings. He goes in there easily. I'll tell you what, that kid has a great presence of where he is on the football field.
Nice run up the middle by Billy Stallings. Nice cut back there to the right.
Yeah. Really, really uses his blockers well. Knows where he is. Seems to have that peripheral vision thing going.
We're on the visitors' side of the field, and the Elkhorn fans are quite excited right now. Milton fans on the other side of the field, although there's a bunch of them, look a little bit quiet, a little bit in shock right now.
Here's the extra point attempt. It's up and it's good. And Elkhorn leads it 14-0. And I'll tell you what, this is somewhat of a shocker with only 8 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Elkhorn came out here ready to play tonight. No question about it.
Milton preseason favorites to be a contender here in this conference.
Dean Wilson, the head coach for Elkhorn, called Milton the favorite for the league, as Milton last year was knocked out of the playoffs by Monroe. Wilson's Ball Club got knocked out the next week by the same Cheesemakers. But
along with every other team that's ever played Monroe, probably.
In the last few years at least. But the Elkhorn Elks were the conference champions. And the Thundering Herd looks to be rolling again.
Receiving will be Carwarden and Patzold. With 8 seconds to go after 1 quarter, it's Elkhorn leading 14-0. Alex Smith will do the kicking. And they're going to squib it. Our onside kick. We're seeing a lot of trickery here tonight. And I think this is going to make for a pretty exciting football game. And that's sort of a surprise.
Nice heads-up play by Kyle Schultz, picking up the onside.
And, Wilson really going for the juggler.
I think Coach Wilson knows that a Jerry Schlemm team is it's going to put a lot of points on the board, and no lead is big enough.
That's right.
He wants to have the ball in his hands and get it in the hands of Billy Stalling.
And the momentum is really on Elkhorn's side right now, and you come away with the football there and that onside. I'll tell you what, that could be, that's going for the juggler, and that, like you said, you never can get enough points against these Redmen. There you see a good shot of the crowd here tonight. I tell you, it's just packed. Standing room, people standing all around the field. Even on our side of the field, we have a lot of people, and probably got a lot to do with the weather here tonight. Beautiful night for football.
Nice crowd out for this Southern Lakes game. The Elkhorn crowd comes to the games, always good fans from Elkhorn.
So we have a timeout here on the field, and they're going to talk things over. And, boy, I'll tell you what, Redmen are, they need a little spark here, that's for sure.
I'd say look for the Redmen to go back to that running attack. They've tried to pass the ball the last series. They had that 2nd down and 3, and then that penalty that backed them up.
Well, you would like to see, with a couple of backs like Isaacson and Patzold, you'd like to see them establish that running game a little bit more and let that passing game really develop. First down now from the 50. Here's Chet Isaacson. He's got a lot of running room, and Bill Stallings there to bring him down. He loses the football, and guess what? It's Elkhorn's. I'll tell you. Milton is their own enemy right now tonight.
Beautiful run by Isaacson. He cut back to the inside. I thought he was going to take that ball outside, and somewhere along the line just lost the handle when he ran into a couple of Elks. And the ball is just bouncing the way of the Thundering Herd tonight.
And Elkhorn doing a good job of swarming to that football, and that's the 2nd time they've taken one away from the Redmen. So we're just into the 2nd quarter. First down and 10. Here's the handoff inside to Stallings, and he picks up a good 5 yards. You can see why this guy averaged over 5 yards a carry last year. He's got great lunge and really lets the play develop. He follows his blockers well, and just a good back.
Stallings already accounted for 321 yards in the first 3 games, so averaging over 100 yards a game. Elkhorn sticking to that running attack.
That'll make it 2nd down and 6. Frost at the helm for Elkhorn. Stallings again for another 6-7 yards, and he picks up a big first down. And what do the Redmen do to stop number 24?
He gets low, real low. Low to the ground runner, hard to bring down.
Low man always will win in this game, I'll tell you. And those linebackers really need to step up in there and fill those gaps, because Stallings right now is eating them up.
Nothing fancy, right up the middle.
Smash mouth
football. The interior line.
You bet. So here's Frost, first down and 10. We have a flag on the play. It's going to be delay of game. Took a little too long there to get things going, and that will cost Elkhorn 5 yards. And the Redmen at this point will take anything they can get.
Well, 1st and 15 puts the Elks in a little bit different situation than we've seen them in. If they stick to their run or maybe go to the air.
This Elkhorn football team, you look down at the roster, not a whole lot of size on these guys, which makes me believe that they're a well-disciplined, coached football team and are just executing textbook plays tonight. 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. That one only good for a yard. Second down, and I'd say about 14 now.
That was carried by 44. He's not on our roster.
Yeah, there's always a couple of those guys.
Giving Stallings a little bit of a breather there, I think.
Stallings back in now. Here's Frost, second down. Off the play action, he's going to throw. He's got that other running back, Conrad Christensen, wide open out of the backfield.
Nice hit by Patzel.
Knocked out of bounds, but just past the original line of scrimmage, so they still have a long ways to go. That'll make it third down and about 8.5.
Nice tight spiral by Frost, and Butch Patzel brought the receiver down right away then on a nice pop for a 6-yard gain.
Ball down there at the 49-yard line. I'll tell you, the thing about Frost is he really shows pass off that play action. And Elkhorn's offense ain't going to surprise you. Christensen in motion. Here's that option. Frost around the corner, pitches it to Stallings. He's knocked out of bounds. But after he picks up a big first down, this kid's fired up.
Nice play by Frost. Held the ball just to the right point on that option. Just as he's about ready to get tackled, then he goes to the pitch man. And who better to put the ball in their hands than Bill Stallings?
I'll tell you what, they're doing a good job on those defensive ends, turning them in so they can get around that corner. For an offensive line that doesn't have a lot of size, they are executing some pretty good football here tonight. Here's Frost again. The handoff is to Stallings. He's got that low center of gravity. He's real low to the ground. And you always see him right before he hits the turf, just that last second lunge.
As he gets the ball, he just shows that burst right away up the middle. And that offensive line for the Elks might be small, but a lot of heart in that line and a little bit of speed that I've seen so far tonight.
A lot of speed and a lot of discipline, well-coached football teams. We have a timeout, and I think we're going to take one as well. We'll be back after this message. This is your Marcus Media Football Game of the Week.
Test.
Some of our fine sponsors tonight who bring you Marcus Media's Game of the Week every week: Black Hawk Technical College, Bryden Motors, Custard's Last Stand, Dave's Milton Ace Hardware, the Diamond Center, Mike Martin Agency. We'd like to thank all our fine sponsors tonight. Milton's Savings and Loan, Roush Realty. So many fine sponsors who support their local high school athletics and are able to and make it able to bring you these football games every week right here in Marcus Media Cable Channel 20. 7 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Elkhorn leading 14-0, and on the move, third down and 1. Here's the handoff to Stallings. He's got another first down. I'll tell you what, this kid is going to have a good football game tonight. He keeps this up.
Nice off-tackle run there by Stallings. There was a hole there, just enough.
So first down now, and the ball down there at the 26-yard line. Elkhorn is threatening. Here's Frost. Off that play action. He's got a man down there in the flat. He throws it to him. The catch is made. That's number 82 for the Elks.
Dale Blackwell is a junior, 145 pounds.
5'7". on a 10-yard out pattern, and Frost put it in there perfectly.
Those out patterns so far have been what Elkhorn's been hooking up on in this drive at least.
Yeah, you see Frost come off that play action, just roll out. He really shows the pass, so it's not too much of a surprise.
He had to get it off there. He was under pressure.
And he's got to put it right there on the numbers. Here's the handoff to Bill Stallings, breaks one tackle, but Patzold.
Not getting away from Patzold on that one.
Patzold brings him down.
The Redmen need some players just to step up and start playing some football if they're going to pull themselves back into this game, as Elkhorn's looking to put another score on the board. And 21-0 is going to, that's a lot more than 14.
Yeah, and you don't want your defensive backs making too many tackles tonight. That is a sign that you're not doing too good with your linebackers or with your defensive line. Patzold's an all-conference defensive back last year. Also all-conference wide receiver. So he is quite a player both ways.
See, the Elks picked up the first down on the play.
And Elkhorn moving the ball very effectively here so far.
Ball on the 15.
Yeah, just past the 10-yard line. Here's the handoff to Bill Stallings. Look at him pick his way through just past the 10-yard line down to the 9.
Once again, brought down by Isaacson. Isaacson seems to be fighting a battle right now out there by himself. Looking for some other Redmen to step up, maybe Jason Purnett, another all-conference football player. But the linebackers are trying to step up. The defensive line seems to be getting beat by the smaller, quicker Elks.
Boy, when you got guys that are going both ways, like Patzold and Isaacson, and they're carrying the ball and they do a lot of running, you hate to fall behind too early because those guys start to wear down when it starts getting into that third and fourth quarter. Here's the quarterback keeper. Frost breaks a tackle, dives down to the 1-yard line. Frost on his second effort picks up a couple more yards and almost got to the goal line.
Middle linebacker Jason Purnett was coming in right up the gut, and Frost kind of slipped by just on the other side of the center and picked up those yards. Nice heads-up play by the quarterback. Elks knocking at the door.
First down and goal. The ball at the 3-yard line. 3 running backs are in now. Here's Frost. The handoff to Bill Stallings. And he's in for his 3rd touchdown of the evening. He has accumulated 21 points tonight in Bill Stallings. He's off to a fabulous night. And the Milton Redmen, I'll tell you what, they're backing up to the wall here. They are digging themselves a hole.
Well, 5 minutes left in this half, and momentum is on the Elks side.
Well, you know what? Ooh. They're going to miss the extra point, and that'll make it 20-0.
Could that be the end?
Well, you know, we can go back to a Monday Night Football game, Packers-Bears, when we were up, 21-0? No, we were up 21-0 in the second quarter, and darn near blew it.
Oh, there's a lot of football to be played.
Oh, yeah, you bet. Especially when you got an offense like the Redmen do. They are very explosive.
But what the Redmen need to do right now is have patience and work this 5 minutes off the clock. Come down and score and go into halftime.
A nice, solid drive.
With a little bit of confidence, and I'm sure Jerry Schlem will install much more confidence at half when he speaks with his team.
Nice, solid drive. Keep the ball. I'd like to see them work that running game in a little bit. That'll open things up with the pass. And they definitely have the ability to do so. Back to receive will be Patzold
and Carwarden.
Only 5 minutes to go here in the first half. And the ball blows off the tee, and he's going to have to reset things.
Alex Smith, the kicker for the Elks.
Another squibber. They're doing a lot of this tonight.
Kicking cover that.
Kicking it short, Milton's going to have a pretty good field position.
Ball recovered by Chris Wagner, but the Redmen better be a little quicker to get on that ball. I don't know if the Elks are looking to actually do an onside, or if they would just as soon keep the ball out of the hands of
Patzold
and Carwarden, who's quite a threat himself. The Redmen could go with a time-consuming drive or look for a quick strike to Carwarden.
Just under 5 minutes, first down and 10. Here's Pickett. Off that play action, they're going to the air. He's got Carwarden, but he can't get up there as the pass is just a little too high.
Just overshot it.
Just out of the reach of Carwarden, and one good thing is the clock stops. 4 minutes, 44 seconds to go, and that clock might become Milton's number one enemy besides themselves tonight. Here's that play action again. He's got Carwarden this time. He's going to have to work some yards off himself. I don't know. He's pretty close to the first down.
The Redmen want to get the ball in the hands of Joe Carwarden.
He's got the first down.
He's their biggest offensive threat from the receiver position.
He's got the ability to run with it after he catches it, too.
In that Platteville game, he had one for about 80 yards for a touchdown. Cut back all the way across the field to score.
Patzold in motion. Pickett's going to throw again. He's going to throw to Carwarden. He fumbles the football. Boy, they're having problems hanging on that thing tonight. Elkhorn has it. Turnover number 3. All 3 come on fumbles.
Will Papa recovers the ball for the Elkhorn Elks. Papa, an all-conference linebacker, returning starter for the Elks. Last year, Papa was their leading tackler, at least returning-wise. Had 113 tackles last year for the Elks in their conference championship run.
Not only has Elkhorn fallen on every fumble, but the first 2 they've scored off of. They've capitalized off those turnovers. First down and 10. Here's Frost. Flag on the play. They'll stop it. And we have an illegal procedure called on Elkhorn. That'll bring it back 5 yards. And the clock continues to roll with 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, even though Elkhorn has a first and 15, look for them to keep the ball on the ground. If they go into pass, they're going to go that short out. We haven't really seen anything up the middle from Elkhorn in the pass. At least hook up.
Here's Frost. Running that option. Cuts it inside. He's going to keep the football. He's got some running room up the middle. Nice job by Frost. Finally brought down, I believe that's Patzold.
Joby Cobble, I believe, saved the touchdown there for the Redmen.
Actually, I think it was Bill Becker.
Was it?
Yeah, finally brought Frost down. He played that option perfectly. In fact, he even made that little fake pitch, tucked the ball away. Nice job. And they're going to call timeout. And so will we. We'll be back after this message with 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go. It's Elkhorn leading 20-0. This is your Marcus Media football game of the week. That's the story. The Milton Redmen keep digging that hole deeper as they turn it over one more time. Elkhorn threatening again, and we have another flag on the play. While we were at break, I was mentioning to Jeff that Clinton turned the ball over 7 times last week on the Marcus Media Game of the Week, and they weren't out of it until the fourth quarter, to be honest with you. But you simply can't win football games when you turn the football over that many times. And 3 times in one half is 3 times too many. First down and 5 from the 14. Here's that pitch to Stallings. He really had to reach for that one.
Nice play by Stallings to get that low pitch by Frost.
Yeah, Patzold came in there on a blitz, and Frost got it off just in time, and Stallings really had to reach for it.
Gary Skogsberg was on the tackle there for the Redmen. That's a first down, though.
Yep, first down. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. One of the beautiful things about this Redmen offense is even with a score here, they're certainly not out of this football game. Two tight ends in. Here's the handoff to Stallings. He breaks it outside, cuts it back inside, down to the 1 yard line. This guy just picks holes so well.
Well, the heavily favored Redmen came into tonight expecting a win, but I don't think anybody told Bill Stallings that.
Yeah, they do. Redmen do a good job of stringing things out, but Stallings he's got that ability to cut back against the grain and find that crease. He's been killing them with that tonight. We got another timeout.
Timeout Elks.
And the Elks will call timeout. Tonight's game is made possible by Milton Savings and Loan. The staff at Milton Savings and Loan knows it takes a team effort to be successful. So Milton Savings and Loan wants to wish the Milton football team continued success in their pursuit of a team championship. Best of luck from Milton Savings and Loan. So many fine sponsors here in the town of Milton. You look around this stadium, I mean, not only the stands, filled to capacity, but there are people standing all around the stadium here tonight.
Well, this project, as I said, was spearheaded by the FFA alumni, but without the community support from many fine businesses like our sponsors and many citizens in the community of Milton, this would never have happened.
You bet. Great support. The Milton Athletic Booster Club sponsored a tailgate party tonight before the game for the Milton fans. Russ's IGA provided the food, which was cooked and served by Booster Club members. The Booster Club provides the extras for the teams that are not covered under the school budgets. President of the Booster Club is Dale Schultz, who played a major role in the field renovation here, and a beautiful one it is, because I'm telling you, this is one of the finest high school facilities in the area. The handoff inside, it's good for a score, and Elkhorn adds another 6 to the scoreboard.
Would that be Bill Stallings?
Well, your bet is probably pretty good.
Wrong. It's Conrad Christensen.
So 3 scores for Stallings, 1 for Christensen now. 2 of those touchdowns, or actually 3, coming off Milton Redmen turnovers. So that, a big story here in the first half with only 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go. The extra point is up, it's good. And the Milton Redmen yet to score. We'll be back after this message. This is your Marcus Media Football Game of the Week. Patzold and Carr Warden back to receive for the Redmen. The score 27-0 with 2 minutes.
Smith has kicked everything on the ground so far. See if he continues that pattern, keeping the ball out of Patzold and Carr Warden's hands.
This time he does it again. That's got to be a confidence booster there for Patzold and Carr Warden. This one goes out of bounds, though. They'll have to kick this one over.
At this point in time, they probably need a confidence booster.
Yeah, I mean, that says something. They at least respect the return abilities of Carr Warden and Patzold, because they're afraid to give him an opportunity. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Very smart. Actually, it's a smart coaching by Wilson.
So far, it's worked.
You bet.
Then again, so far, just about everything Mr. Wilson has done has worked.
They have had pretty good field position off those squibbers, but Milton just unable to get the motor going, offensively at least. The ball down there at the 37-yard line. Andy Pickett trying to get offensively things going here, and Patzold will take the ball, break a couple tackles before he's finally brought down Well, back at the original line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard.
Jared Sulk met him right there. I thought it was Gerald Sulk, number 79 in on that.
Carward now at the bottom of your screen. Watch this guy because we are definitely approaching a situation where we have to air things out. Pickett back to throw. They got the screen set up to Patzold. He's got some running room down the sidelines. Nice cutback. Nice piece of work there by Patzold. Look at him go. Runs over Stallings. Flag on the play. Finally locked down at the 12-yard line.
That's the spark that Milton needed right now. Get the hands into Butch Pat. Get the ball to the hands of Butch Patzold.
He lowered his shoulder on Stallings there, and then the flag was thrown. Kind of a funny flag. I can't figure out really what.
Possible face mask.
That's about all it could be down there. That's what it is. It's a face mask penalty, and that'll be against Stallings, and that'll tack on another 5 yards to that Patzold, and that was a beautiful, beautiful piece of running.
Well, Butch Patzold was not to be denied there. He tried to get in the end zone all he could, and it took a face mask to bring him down.
With 1 minute, 23 seconds to go in the first half, really critical to get some points on the board before you go head into that locker room.
Well, from the 8, now the Redmen can pound it in.
First down, back to throw. Under pressure's Pickett. Rolling to the right, looking for anybody down there. Howard and the intended receiver almost intercepted by Stallings. This kid's an athlete.
Awful risky pass there by Pickett.
Really forcing things, trying to get Pickett. You know, if you're going to throw it to Carward, you really got to throw it perfectly. And hard to do when you're under pressure like that.
Carwarden set up right in that corner there, and there wasn't much of a spot to throw it to.
And no room for Carwarden to move, really. He's just going to sit there, anchor there, and hope that Pickett can fire it in there. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Here's Pickett again. Second down from the 8. Back to throw. The screen set up again to Patzold. No goings this time. Bill Stallings all over it.
Patzold had to do it all there. He picked the blitz up the middle, and after he picked the blitz up and threw that block for Pickett, then he went out and caught that pass. But the Elks do a nice job at stringing it out, and nothing there.
That wasn't Stallings. That was number 44. I say number 44 because he's not on our roster, and we have no idea who the guy is, but he made a pretty good play on Patzold there. There you see the story. 1 minute, 6 seconds to go here in the first half. The Elks leading 27-0. Second and goal. We have a flag on the play, I believe. Is that... So that'll make it...
was against the Elks.
Was that a loss of downs? I'm still waiting here. It's going to be third down now. It was against the Elks.
Second down.
Second down. Second and goal from about, well, I'd say the 3-yard line. Boy, I'll tell you. Don't tell me they turned it over again. They did. That's number 4.
Wow. Just when the Redmen are knocking at the door.
I'll tell you what. Look at that scoreboard, 27-0. It needs no explanation. But 4 turnovers.
Met by Carl Benhart there.
Just under a minute now, 59 seconds.
5'8", 165 pounds, meets 200 pounds.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what. I don't know if this is the Marcus Media jinx, but this is the second game down in a row. Last week we had 7. Tonight we have 4 in the first half. We're actually off to a better start than we were last week. This is getting scary. Quarterback sneak, and they're going to run the clock out, and I'll tell you, they're taking a mighty nice, comfortable lead into the locker room. They've really executed. They've swarmed to the football, and Elkhorn...
Timeout, Milton.
They came to play the football tonight. I'll tell you, they were very, very impressive.
The Redmen aren't giving up here. They've called the timeout with 32 seconds on the clock. And any way to try to get the ball since it's down in their end. Try to get the ball back and put a score on the board and go into the half with something positive. But it's going to be a long haul here since the Elks could just run the clock out.
Also sponsoring tonight's game is the Mike Martin Agency, representing Farmers Insurance Group. For complete property and casualty coverage and insurance for auto, home, health, and life, call the Mike Martin Agency, representing Farmers Insurance Group, 2 locations in Milton and Janesville, where service is always our first priority. The people over at Mike Martin Agency would like to wish the Milton Redmen good luck on their season, and boy, I'll tell you what, they could use that tonight, because every time the ball bounces on the turf, it always ends up Elkhorn's football. That's the story, 27-0. 32 seconds to go here in the first half. And he's going to take a knee, and that'll probably be the last play, thank God, of the first half. What do you take your team in after a performance like this? What do you tell them in the locker room? I mean,
well, I played for Jerry Schlemm, and they're gonna get an earful. There's no question about that. They're gonna have to come out and play with a lot more heart, and I'm sure the coaching staff has already figured out ways to score points on Elkhorn. But you could start with just saying, hold on to the ball.
Yep. You know, I don't know what you say to a kid when that's the problem. You just simply got to hang on to the football. Well, we'll see what they can do in the second half. The score now 27-0. The Elks leading it. We'll be back with the second half and a whole lot more on your Marcus Media football game of the week. That's the story, 27-0 here at Milton High School. The Redmen will kick off here to start the second half. And 4 turnovers in the first half has been the trouble here for Milton. Jason Stewart will do the kicking. B.J. Russell with the football, and he's hit and hit good. Who is that? Patzold really put a hit on Russell.
Redmen coming out fired up for the second half. Maybe we'll have a second half of football. First half, the Redmen turned the ball over 4 times.
Well, we'll see if the Redmen were able to make some adjustments here. I don't know if really you need to make many adjustments other than just hang on to the football.
Well, the defense is going to have to stop that Elkhorn run somehow. That's going to be a key adjustment, or the Elks could just run the clock out here with a 27-point lead.
Mike Frost at quarterback tonight. Stallings, who scored 3 touchdowns in the first half. The ball carrier. Chet Isaacson able to make the play.
Credit Isaacson and Marshall Disrud there, one of the interior linemen, for stuffing that.
Second down now and 8. Here's the option. That one just too far ahead of Stallings, and the ball hits the turf. And it was finally kicked out of bounds.
Ball bouncing the Elks' way.
It's the second time on that option now for Elkhorn that's happened, and both times Elkhorn was lucky enough to fall on it, and this time knock it out of bounds.
6 loose footballs tonight. 6 balls in the hands of the Elks.
My, that's
and that was
a lot of turnovers.
Tim, that was a pickup of about 6 yards too. Milton had him stuffed.
Picked a couple yards up off that kick. Somebody kicked it out of bounds. Here's the pro eye is what Elkhorn runs. Third down and about 3. The handoff inside. Frost trips just after he handed the ball off, and that's Christensen, the ball carrier, Conrad Christensen, 5'9", 190-pound junior.
We're going to see the first punt by the Elks coming up.
Both of these running backs for the Elks are both juniors. Stallings only a junior.
Yeah, Stallings has been the hero tonight, but Christensen has carried the ball for 200 yards in the first 3 games, and that's pretty impressive too.
And let's remember, when you run out of that pro eye, that fullback, he's your lead blocker. Here's Carl Warden. He's going to have a return. Nice move. Boy, that kid's quick. Down to the 46-yard line. And I think I may have saw a flag. That's right.
I think I saw a flag too. Probably in the area of clipping.
They threw it right at Carl Warden. So it happened right at the point of tackle. Face mask.
Against the Elks.
Against the Elks. You're right. That'll be 5 yards.
I think it might be 15.
Yeah.
Once again, not like the NFL, high school.
Boy, I'll tell you, that's
15 yards every time.
That's some sweet field position for the Redmen. The ball is placed just past the 40-yard line, down to the 37. So Pickett, with great field position, drops back to throw. He's got Patzold out of the backfield, picks up maybe a yard.
A lot of work for a yard. Looking to get the ball in the hands of Butch Patzold right away and doing it from a screen situation instead of handing it off to him in the backfield. But it's a pickup of about 2.5 actually.
And that play, with no huddle now, here's Pickett. Receiver moving. He's set. Pickett back to throw. Really looking the whole time at Carward, and look at him pick his way through. Nice job. I'll tell you, he looked at him the whole time.
Well, Carwarden came in there tonight averaging 33 yards a catch. And a lot of the catches he makes are those short passes, and he'll run it back. He's a scat back.
A quick drop, a two-step drop, quick pattern. Able to hit Carwarden, and no surprise who he was throwing it to. Here's the next pass attempt. The intended receiver is Justin Eamon. Trying to work both sides.
Eamon, the junior, 145 pounds, 5'8", speedster.
No huddle now. 8 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Here's Pickett, the handoff to Isaacson. Nice piece of running, cuts back against the grain, takes it down to the 5-yard line, and picks up a big first down for the Redmen. Now we got things going, mixing up the run with the pass effectively.
Going to the big back, Isaacson. Isaacson, their featured back last year before he went down. Nice run there, and if they're going to run the ball, they're going to get the hands and get it in the hands of Isaacson.
Yeah, that Isaacson, well, he's got 240 some yards, I think, for the season. So he's done his share of carries. There's Carwarden for the score.
Carwarden, nice pass by Pickett. Nice timing play right there to Carwarden, and the Redmen finally draw blood.
You bet. Finally something for the fans here to cheer about as Carwarden scores the first Redmen touchdown of the evening on a 4-yard Pickett pass. They're going to go for two. Remember, down 27-6 now, needing every point they can possibly get. Pickett making some adjustments. Carwarden way at the top of your screen. The lone back is Isaacson. Here's the throw. Nice catch by Patzold. Boy, I'll tell you, he went upstairs and he had sticky fingers because he was able to bring down a wobbly pass. And Pickett really under pressure, needed to get rid of that right away.
Pickett under pressure by Remlinger, and he had him hanging on his arm, and that looked to be an interception, but what a play there by, who again? Who was it touched?
That was Patzold.
Patzold. Not a surprise there.
There you see his all-conference receiving abilities of last year.
So not only do the Redmen pick up a touchdown, but also a 2-point conversion to go with it.
And I would assume that you're going to see them go for those 2-pointers all night now. They're trying to chip away at a pretty heavy lead by the Elks.
Once again, the key was that defensive stand, holding Elkhorn for the first time all night, and then holding on to the ball. The Redmen have been able to move the ball tonight, but haven't been able to hold on to it.
Back now is Russell, T.J. Russell for the Elks.
That's a nice kick.
And that's Charlie Vandergriff, who lets it bounce into the end zone, and they'll bring it back out to the 20. A beautiful kick.
Jason Stick, credit him with a really nice kick. You don't see many high school kickers put it into the end zone.
No, that is a rarity indeed. First down and 10. The Elks take over at the 20-yard line with 8 minutes, 24 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Actually, Elkhorn lost they had graduated a kicker that was all conference last year, Matt Melvitz, who helped them in their bid to win the conference.
Mike Frost, the handoff is to Stallings. Man, look at him go. I'll tell you what, that has got to be one of the nicest pieces of running I've seen in a long time.
Well, Elkhorn's going to have to go back to their bread and butter, and that's Bill Stallings.
Boy, I'll tell you, they just got to wrap up on him. He is
Slippery.
Yeah, you can't arm tackle a guy like Stallings, and he's got a low center of gravity. He's strong, and he's just breaking tackles.
5'11", 185.
Yeah, you got to use your shoulder pad on that kid because he'll run all over you. First down now. Here's Stallings again. He lunges forward for a couple yards. He's got to be well over 100 yards tonight.
Yeah. Credit Kyle Schultz and Jason Pernat on the stop there. Set up a 2nd and 10.
I don't think you can stop a guy like Stallings, but you certainly can contain him.
Well, he's going to have to be slowed down, and the interior line's going to have to do that. Slow him down long enough for the linebackers to get a shot at him.
And just simply make the tackle. Here's Petzel, blindsided him. Holy moly, I'll tell you. He got a clean shot on Frost, and that is a dream for any defensive back who happens to get that blitz call. Wow, that's a highlight to savor.
Nice time for the blitz call there.
That was a good defensive call.
But Frost is up and ready to fight again. He didn't lay there or anything. He jumped right back up. He's limping a little bit, though.
Surprised he was able to hang on to the football. So easy to fumble it when you're getting hit blindsided like that. 3rd down and long, and 9. Frost, straight drop. Throws to Christensen. He's got a lot of running room. Lowers the shoulder, fighting for the first down, and I think he's short.
Elkhorn did a nice job of setting that screen up. All the Redmen were in, and Frost hung onto it just long enough.
This is really close. I think he's short. Short by about a yard. The clock continues to roll.
It looks short. We have to give credit there to Bill Becker at holding him up on that play there. Bill Becker dropped that fake punt pass, and
4th down, and I think they're going to go for it.
We got to mention his name when he does good things, too, out there.
They elect to go for it on 4th down at the 44-yard line. This is a gutsy call. The quarterback keeper, he's got the first down. I'll tell you, that was a gutsy call by Dean Wilson, and it pays off on a 4th down at their own 44-yard line to go for it.
Once again, Coach Wilson is not holding any punches back. He knows the way to beat the Redmen is to go right at them.
A lot of points, and that tells you he's not comfortable with that 27-8 lead.
He doesn't want the ball in the hands of the Redmen.
So first down from the 50. Make it the 49. Here's the handoff to Stallings. Finally, they're able to shut him down.
Redmen think it's their ball, but I believe the ball was down well before anybody. 2nd down and 10 for the Elks. Kyle Schultz up to make the tackle on that play.
Dean Wilson, 25th year of coaching for Elkhorn, is that correct?
Well, 25 years at Elkhorn. We really don't know. Probably 25 years coaching football and 2nd year as the head coach.
He's seen a lot of football. That is for certain. Here's the play action. Frost finds a man wide open, and I think he's got enough for the first down. Depends on the mark. That's Joe Luptow, the senior tight end for the Elks, and he's about a yard shy, so a favorable mark for the Milton Redmen.
And chances are that Coach Wilson knows Jerry Schlem awful well. Jerry Schlem in his 25th year of coaching the Redmen as head coach, 178 and 68 record overall.
50 years of coaching experience out on that football field.
Yeah, and these two teams have went head-to-head since 1982 when the Redmen joined the Southern Lakes.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he's been coaching almost as long as we've been alive. That's quite amazing. So 50 years of coaching experience tonight.
Yeah, we at our ages we can beat that 50 years just by a little though.
That's right. 4 minutes, 39 seconds to go in the third quarter.
What I notice is the Elkhorn lineman, not big, but that center gets off the ball quick.
Yeah, they explode off the football. They execute very well. That is for certain.
Timeout there by Elkhorn.
Tonight's game is made possible by Milton's Savings and Loan. The staff at Milton's Savings and Loan knows it takes a team effort to be successful. So Milton Savings and Loan wishes the Milton football team continued success in their pursuit of a team championship. Best of luck from Milton's Savings and Loan, always a fine sponsor of Marcus Media's football game of the week. Again, so much support here in the local Milton area. That's the story, 27-8. We'll be back after this message. This is your Marcus Media football game of the week. Down and 1. Fourth down and 1. I think a whistle blew before they got the play going. A fumble.
Okay.
We got a fumble. No, not a fumble. I think they just stopped him. Very strange play. It seemed as though the whistle was blowing before the play had even came to a halt.
Dean Wilson out on the field to ask the referees what's going on here.
But it looks to be Milton Redmen football. Pick it onto the field, and that.
I think there was an inadvertent whistle there.
Yeah, that was really a very strange play.
Milton wastes no time at going to action here. They want to keep the ball.
So first down now, Andy Pickett back to work. He's throwing long. Carl Warden down sidelines, knocked out of bounds. Boy, I don't know. He was covered pretty well down there.
Carwarden had his man beat, but Pickett's throw was just a little behind him, kind of turned him around on it.
If he's able to run underneath that, he might be able to catch it. Vandergriff there to make the play on Carwarden.
No secret who the weapon is. When they go to the air, they're going to look for Joe Carwarden. Look for the Elks to maybe double him up a little bit.
The Redmen running that pro eye. Here's Pickett. The handoff. Fumble again! Patzel drops the football. I think Patzel may have fallen at it. No, it's going to be Elkhorn's ball. Turnover number 5 for the Redmen. And that one, I'll tell you what, Patzel didn't have much of a chance in that. He was hit before he could even have an opportunity to tuck that thing away. I tell you, that defensive line just exploding off the football for the Elks tonight.
Unreal.
5 turnovers.
7 loose balls. Every time it goes into Elkhorn's hands. Football, a lot of luck.
So here's Mike Frost tonight. He has had a lot of opportunity. Here's the option. Nice cutback by Stallings. Patzel was right there to make the play. Christensen comes with a kick-out block, and Stallings makes just a beautiful cut inside to pick up a big first down.
Well, the Redmen are going to have to get going here. If they want to pull themselves back in this game, they're going to have to stop the running attack of the Elks and stop Stallings. Phil Stallings probably well over 150 yards for tonight's contest.
First down and 10 from the 37. Here's the handoff to Stallings. Look at him break tackles. Look at him go. Down at the 10-yard line. Finally brought down at the 5. And he had to have broken 5 tackles there. You cannot arm tackle a guy like Stallings. You got to stick your shoulder pad in there. And
touchdown save there by number 2, Chris Wagner. Once again, the Redmen defensive backs are going to have to have been carrying the share of the load here when it comes to tackles.
And Stallings got to be approaching that 200-yard mark. I mean, he has.
We have no official statistician.
We have no. Yeah, that's right. We'll try to work on that, though. Here's the handoff to Stallings. And look at him work down there for another yard.
Send your application to Dean Blazer.
No surprise, the clock now Milton's biggest enemy. As time winds down and the score keeps going up for the Elks. Here's Frost. Christensen in motion. And here's that option. Picking up a nice block by Christensen again. The pitch to Stallings and in for the score. Boy, a nice block by Christensen. Really being able to turn in that defensive end to allow Stallings
Nice timing, too, by
to take
Frost.
the pitch and run it in there. Yeah, that was just a beautiful executed option play.
Frost has been running the option well all night. He waits till just about the time when he's going to get hit, and he makes that pitch out to Stallings.
Very, very well coached football
Gets
team.
a kicker on the field here.
That'll always help. And here it is. It's up, and it's good.
Credit Josh Count as the kicker for the extra point. Just when we thought the Redmen were firing their way back into the game, another fumble comes, and Elkhorn capitalizes on yet another turnover.
You saw the score. That was incorrect. It's actually 34-8 in the third quarter. And things are starting to look ugly here in Milton.
Well, nobody's leaving the house yet. This community probably still believes that there's a chance. And the Redmen are going to have to do something here in a hurry.
Well, you might start seeing a little bit of trickery, I would think. We saw them attempt a fake punt earlier that really should have been for a first down, and they were unable to execute on that one. But I would definitely think, there you see the Elks trying to get their side fired up. I would definitely think the Redmen would go with that no-huddle offense like we saw in the third quarter.
Josh Kirking, number 73 for the Elks, is the cheerleader there. He's been trying to fire up the crowd all night long.
Here's that squibber. Chris Wagner will pick it up and take it out to the 40-yard line, and that has been effective for them tonight, keeping the ball out of the hands of Carl Warden and Patzold. Two guys who are looked upon as very dangerous return men for the Redmen. So we're just under 2 minutes here in the third quarter, and Milton takes over at their own 40. Here's the pass. Stepping up into the pocket, can't get away. Nice job by Dale Blackwell.
Joe Leptow got the first hand on him.
And Milton will lose about 6 yards on the play. Actually make it 7. First down and 17 at the 34. No huddle. Pickett directing traffic.
Fumble.
That was a I think what happened there is everybody moved. The ball was snapped, and Pickett didn't seem to be ready for the football. Well, anyways, he's able to fall down on it. And the Redmen find themselves third and forever. Make it 19. Look for Carl Warden, I would think. Straight back now. Here's Pickett throwing for Carl Warden. Oh, if he can catch that football, he might be able to pick up a first down, but when you want to get things going, Carl Warden just trying to run with the football before he catches it.
That's tough.
That is. Guys had a pretty good game tonight.
Sets up a 4th and long for the Redmen. Now we're looking at a
Punt.
punt, but that fake.
Yeah, watch this Patzold. Not only can he run, he showed he can pass earlier in the first half.
Elkhorn was looking for the fake there, though.
This is one guy you don't want the ball and to be carrying the football. That's Stallings. Down the sidelines, jumps over a guy, cuts it back in. I thought he may have stepped out of bounds down here at the 40, but I guess he doesn't.
Jumped over a Redmen there. That Redmen went down. Just kind of laid there as a roadblock. You can't do that on that kind of back. You got to go down, hit him low, and wrap arms.
Just past the 50-yard line, I'll tell you. This guy is putting on a clinic tonight.
Redmen looked a little sluggish out there on that punt.
Again, Stallings and Christensen, only juniors.
26 seconds in the third quarter here. Probably going to see the last play of the third quarter.
And the Elks are really starting to work on that clock, and for good reason. Comfortable lead, leading 34-8. Moving the ball effectively on the ground. And I tell you, they have a future of running the football ahead of them with two juniors like Christensen and Stallings. So that's the story. We got a flag on the play before we.
Well, they ran the clock out, and that might be delay a game.
Might have been. That's what it is, delay a game. And I'll tell you, the coaching staff down here in Elkhorn is in serious disagreement.
Well, I was under the understanding that I thought there'd have to be one more play yet.
They are not happy campers.
The clock says 0, but we're still in the third quarter, so...
They just put another tick on the clock. And...
Didn't we see this in Fort Atkinson 2
yeah,
weeks ago?
we did see something like this. You see the Redmen side, but I'll tell you, the Elks down here are not happy campers. So first down and 14. Here's Mike Frost, the handoff. That's Vandergriff. Look at him break free.
Nice run by Vandergriff. Ran all the way for a first down until he ran into Butch Batzel.
I'll tell you, when these guys sit down and look at the films of this game, they are going to notice how these arm tackles are killing them tonight. They simply are not laying their shoulder pads down on these guys. I mean, they're just taking arm tackles.
The end of 3.
So that'll be the end of 3, and we'll take a break and be back after this. The score 34-8 on your Marcus Media Football Game of the Week. Next week, we will travel to Jefferson and follow the Redmen. And that will be another good game for us, huh, Jeff?
Well, the Redmen are going to have to bounce back.
You bet.
And they're going to have a tough task against the Eagles. Coach Dinkle has a good ball club up there this year, as he does every year.
So that next week. And that carry good for a first down. You'll be able to view this game again. 7:30 Wednesday night, following Let's Talk Sports.
I heard there's some pretty good guys on that show.
Oh, yeah, it's a terrific show if you haven't had an opportunity. We had Jim McIlvain, center of the Washington Bullets, was on the program the other night. Gave us some nice insight on the labor dispute in the NBA. And here he is, Stallings, picking his way through, picking up another first down. I'll tell you, this guy's going to average 10 yards a carry this season if he continues the way he has tonight.
Not until Jason Pernat met him. Rambled for about 10 there.
Pernat's he's a wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
Big-time wrestler here in the Southern Lakes West.
He was their 190-pounder last year and will be their heavyweight this year, from my understanding. Conference champion.
Oh, he's
state qualifier, too, I believe.
Quite an athlete. Here's the handoff to Stallings. Flag on the play. That may be holding. That or somebody may have jumped off sides. The carry good for the first down, but we're going to wait to see what the flag was. Illegal procedure against the Elks.
Well, that's about the first thing we've seen the Elks do wrong in some time.
Yeah. You have not seen a lot of penalties thrown the Elks' way this football game. So Mike Frost, 2nd down and 6. Ball to 26. Somebody moving down there. That's not good.
No, that's Josh Kirking.
I think we may have jinxed them.
Jumped off sides there.
So they'll march off another 5 yards, and now, normally you would say the Elks are in a passing situation, but with this kid Stallings, he's picking up 11 yards a crack.
Well, with a 26-point lead, I don't think that.
No, you'd be foolish to put it in the air now. I
don't think Dean Wilson's going to look to throw. The Elkhorn coaching staff, Coach Wilson's still pretty pumped up over there.
It looked as though they may have moved again, but no flag. Stallings, the ball carrier, picks up about 2 yards, maybe 3.
Big 3rd and 7 coming up here.
And the key here in the 4th quarter is the clock continues to roll, just under 10 minutes now in the football game.
I would bet the Elks are looking at 4-down territory in this part of the field.
Yeah, the door starting to close on the Milton Redmen as they are working against the clock. Here's the handoff to Stallings again. He's had to have carried the football a couple thousand times tonight.
Once again, a nice run. He doesn't seem to be tiring.
Yeah, he's probably going to sleep like a baby tonight. Because just remember, he was making some plays defensively for the Elks as well.
He hasn't been off the field too much.
Probably drives the bus home. Definitely the toolbox for the Elks.
Big 4th down play here. This could be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Christensen in motion. Here is that option. Frost takes a big hit.
Aha, we got a late hit on the Redmen on that.
I think that was Patzold coming in there late on
might have been
Stallings.
Might have been Pernat. That's a. From here, it didn't look that bad, but those referees are out there to protect the athletes, and
when you're an Elkhorn coach, you got your best player, and actually he's coming off the football field now injured. That was Stallings holding his ribs, the guy that took the late hit. If you're Dean Wilson standing on the sidelines and you see that, that becomes a pretty big play. You don't want your guys laying down on the field taking hits like that.
I think he just got the wind knocked out of him, but that gives the Elks a 1st down, and Mr. Stallings, his day might just be over. That was a big 1st down. I'm sure he can come back, but I don't think he's hurt bad enough not to come back. But what I'm saying is, maybe they won't need him anymore.
Yeah, I would just seeing something like that happen, you just kind of sit the guy down.
That 1st down is going to give them a couple of minutes if they can hold on to the ball. And there's only 8:58 on the clock right now. 26 points up.
And it looks like the Elks are going to talk things over. No, they're not. I can't figure out really what's going on here. I think it's an official timeout.
Coach Jerry Schlem wants to know that late hit was flag was thrown right in front of his bench, so he saw the play quite well himself, and obviously has a disagreement on that flag. And
so it really isn't a timeout. He's just getting an explanation on what's going on. So this will be an official timeout. When it's time to buy or sell your home, look to Milton's hometown realty team, Roush Realty, on Highway 26 North. They know the local market, and that's half the battle, because good timing is better than just good luck when it comes to buying or selling a home. With interest rates still at a reasonable level, now is a great time to contact one of the professional sales associates on the Roush team, Roush Realty, encouraging you to support the Milton Redmen. Contact Roush Realty today at 868-6690. Member of MLS and the Janesville Board of Realtors. Boy, I'll tell you what, the Roush Realty team, they've been sponsors of the Marcus Media Game of the Week for as long as I can remember, and our thanks are out to the people out at Roush Realty. So still trying to figure things out there. You see the coaching staff of the Milton Redmen talking things over with the officials, and boy, I'm surprised they're letting this thing go as long as they are.
Well, Jerry Schlimm wants an explanation, and I don't know if he's satisfied with the one he got.
The coaching staff down here on the Elks side of the football field are starting to get a little annoyed by it. And I think they're finally ready to get things going. No, they're not. They're going to send them back to the huddle. And another official timeout. Still don't have any explanation of what could be happening here. Now they're down here talking to the Elks coaching staff, and we'll be back. Oh, no, we're ready to go. We're not going to be back. All right, now they're finally ready to go. First down and 10 from the 15, 8 minutes, 58 seconds to go. Here's Mike Frost at the helm. The handoff inside of Christensen. He's back to the original yard line.
Little late whistle there. Christensen's knee was down way before we heard a whistle there, but there was nothing there.
So taken down at the original line of scrimmage.
Look who's back in the game.
Stallings.
He was standing right behind his coach saying, "I'm ready." He tried to go back in right away, but they had to wait one play.
So he's not through for the evening. And they run the option and pitch to Stallings. Inside cut down to the 2-yard line. He loses the football, but I think he may have been down.
The referee signals the ball down. Once again, a nice pitch by Frost there. Perfect timing. Elks have been able to run the option all night.
And it's really an easy read, too, because whenever you see Christensen going in motion, it's always that option play. So it's not like they're surprising Milton with that play.
It appears the defensive end has quarterback responsibility, and as he goes to the quarterback, the outside linebacker isn't up to make the play on Stallings.
Here's Frost. He'll just walk in. 40-8 with 7 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the football game. The Elks strike again. They're going to try to make it 41 with the extra point. And I think that may have been the final nail in the coffin.
Well, that flag just might have been the end of hope for the Redmen, but
here's the extra point. It's up. It's good.
They got another kicker out there this time, didn't they? Oh, that was Stallings again kicking. They switched kickers between.
Yeah, the kid kicks too, by the way.
Stallings and Count. Count kicked the last one before that. Boy, these Elks are fired up, and rightfully so. And they got a whole crew down here as a coaching staff. Got to mention their athletic director, a local boy, Jeff Brown from Edgerton, in his second year as athletic director at Elkhorn High School. I know his parents are probably listening to this broadcast, and should be proud of the job he's done with Elkhorn sports since taking that tough job.
You know, it says something really for the Southern Lakes West Conference. This is a tough conference. Very, very competitive. And these kinds of things can happen when you're playing in a conference like this.
There's 5 or 6 teams here that can beat each other on any given day, and maybe the Redmen were thinking a little bit about Jefferson next week.
You got it. And Milton's the kind of football team. I mean, you turn the ball over 5 times, you're not giving yourself a chance, and that has been the case tonight. Here's that squibber. We've seen it all night. Finally, Patzold's going to get the football and have an opportunity to return it down the sidelines, knocked out of bounds. Cuts back. He may have dropped the football. No, he doesn't. Finally down at the 36-yard line, I believe.
Redmen have a lot of guys going both ways, and we're starting to see the signs right now here of some of these guys are pretty tired. They've been getting beat up on defense.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to go both ways when you're in the football game, but when you're down by as many points as the Redmen are,
Well, and they've been passing the ball a lot, and these defensive backs have had to come up to make plays, and now they come out and they're as wide receivers, and they're running patterns full speed, and it takes a lot out of you.
Car Warden, the intended receiver. You see the no huddle. Actually, it was sort of a semi-huddle. And we have an official timeout again. Boy, I wish these guys would just get things going here. We've had a lot of this kind of stuff tonight.
The umpire respotting the ball.
And here we go, Pickett.
One of the Elkhorn fans asked if they have a new whistle out there that they need to use.
Here is Carwarden. He picks up a good 8 yards, but the clock will continue to roll. He wasn't able to pick up a first. 3rd down and 3.
The Elks defense taking a bend but not break approach right now. They'll give those little 6 or 8 yard pass plays, and they'll let Milton have a little drive, but try to stay away from that big strike.
Here's Pickett to Patzold. Patzold down to the 45-yard line. Boy, I'll tell you what, if you're the Milton coaching staff and if you're a player, I think what you need to do is just put this one behind you. Forget all about it and fire up for Jefferson, because
well, you still have your destiny in your own hands.
You're right.
One loss is not going to keep you out of the conference hunt here. Fumble.
Fumble number 6.
Ball was recovered by Christensen.
6 turnovers tonight.
Conrad Christensen, calling his name again there to recover the fumble. The Redmen, not their night.
These kinds of things happen. Just having an off night.
We'll be back to see them in Jefferson next week.
You got to figure the winner of this conference, what? Going to lose? You're going to lose a couple games.
Well, I would figure at least a game. But up in the top of this conference with Jefferson and Milton and Elkhorn, and can't count Whitewater out yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of good football teams. Off that option play, I can't imagine why he'd want to step out of bounds. Yeah, but he did. 6 minutes, 26 seconds to go. That stops the clock. 41-8.
Well, we were expecting a close game tonight. We've never had one.
No. Just saw the ball bouncing around a lot is all basically we've seen. That's what, 8 turnovers altogether, counting the 2 fumbles on the Elkhorn side that they were able to recover themselves.
Frost kept the ball there, and appeared that he fumbled it, but that was after the whistle. They run it up the middle. They don't have to worry about stopping the clock. It's going to tick under 6 minutes here in a second.
Boy, I'll tell you, when I played back in my days, whenever you fumbled the football, you'd have to carry it the whole week, I don't think they're going to have enough footballs to go around. We've seen a lot of that tonight. Here's the pass by Frost. He'll fumble the football, but he's knocked out of bounds before he does.
On that reception was Joe Luptow. Nice catch there. Joe did his job and got the first down, so I think Coach will forgive him for going out of bounds.
Well, if you're an Elkhorn fan and you want to view this game over again, it'll air 7:30 Wednesday night, just following Let's Talk Sports. And next week, again, we travel to Jefferson and follow the Redmen as they try to regroup and take on another contender, really, in this conference. Here's Stallings. That's got to be carry number 900.
Well, I'm sure Jefferson, like some other teams, is going to be happy to see the Redmen get knocked off tonight to open up this conference race a little bit. But in another respect, they probably won't be real happy that the Redmen are going to come in awful hungry next week when they visit Jefferson.
Jefferson's a tough place to go in and play a football game too. They got a lot of support up in that area as well. Here's the quarterback keeper, Mike Frost. And now they are really trying to chip away at that clock.
We're down to 4:45 on the clock. Just kind of watching the seconds tick away.
Boy, this is where it gets tough for those guys standing on the other side at Redmen sidelines and looking up and seeing a whole 4 minutes. Seems like an eternity when you're down by this many. Here's Mike Frost. Stallings again, picking up a first down. Boy,
nice run.
That was a nice run, and this guy
stayed in bounds.
He's going to be sleeping good tonight. I think he might sleep in the next week. This guy is he has done a lot of work. He has worked overtime. They'd have to pay him time and a half if they if they were paying him for this kind of thing.
I think we're going to have a unanimous decision on our game ball tonight.
Yeah. It's
there's only one guy on the ballot.
Yeah, it ain't rocket science. It's it's quite obvious. First down and 10. Here's Stallings.
Well, nice play there by Milton to stuff it up the middle. The Redmen are going to suffer their second loss tonight. Their first loss came against Platteville in a non-conference battle in a thriller down to the wire. One touchdown beat by the Hillmen of Platteville, who are ranked third in the state currently for small schools enrollments. Small schools, I guess we'd say medium schools probably. Enrollments 500 to 1,000, at least by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel.
So will we have an official timeout, or no? We don't. We're ready to go and play football. 3 minutes. 14 seconds to go in this football game. A handoff is to Vandergriff. He fights his way for a few extra. And that guy's had a couple good runs as well.
Vandergriff. I bet you can't guess who's ranked number 1 for schools that are 500 to 1,000 enrollment.
That's a good question.
Want to take a shot in the dark?
Who's ranked
number 1 in the state for schools enrollment 500 to 1,000.
I would have to say, what, Monroe?
That would be it. They're playing Fort Atkinson tonight.
How about it? I'm anxious to see the score of that one. That Rock Valley, boy. That's another conference. It's just a competitive.
That's the Badger, yeah. That's.
Or I'm sorry, the Badger.
But the Rock Valley is as well.
Rock Valley as well too. All three of these.
Since you spread your time around all three of them.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with who's in what conference, but you look at that conference. You got Sauk Prairie, Monona Grove,
Wanakee.
Wanakee is tough. That is a very competitive conference. That one's up for grabs.
A lot of good high school football down here in southern Wisconsin.
So it's 4th down and 1 yard. The handoff to Vandergriff. He picks up a first down. That following week, in 2 weeks, we travel to Camp Randall Stadium, where we'll have a doubleheader. Janesville Parker plays somebody up there, I don't know who, non-conference, and Janesville Craig will both have an opportunity to play on the AstroTurf out there at Camp Randall Stadium. And we'll be able to bring you that doubleheader.
Will you get a chance to see Sun Prairie?
Will we?
Yeah.
Do we? I don't know. Here's the handoff to Vandergriff.
Stallings is taking his place on the sideline, and rightfully so after an excellent night tonight.
They should set up a lazy boy out there for that guy. He deserves it. You know, get him a remote control and plop a TV down in front of him and
get the chips out.
He's definitely earned it tonight.
Redmen still have their horses in. Appears to still be the starting defense out there for the Redmen.
53 seconds to go here in the football game. The handoff to Vandergrift. Look at this kid. That guy's working pretty hard here in the late goings of this football game.
Charlie Vandergrift, 5'11", 165-pound tailback center. That's what it says here. It says center.
Tailback center, is that a new kind of position that I'm not...
I don't know, you know. Unless that means he's a catcher on the baseball team. But number 10 doesn't usually hike the ball unless Charlie hikes on long snaps, maybe. Fumble.
Fumble. That's only the 300th one of those we've seen tonight. This time the Elks ball on it, and time runs out.
That's the game. Clock went fast there in the last minute as the Elks ran out the clock.
So the final from a newly renovated Milton High School football stadium, the Elks win it 41-8. We'll be back with the wrap-up after this break. This is your Marcus Media Football Game of the Week.